the great lost treasure of the Bahamas. The galleon made a mess that led to its own shipwreck and a mystery that continues to this day. The night was dark and moonless in the treacherous region of the Bahamas Shoals on January 4th, 1656. Laden with clouds due to an approaching storm, the sky offered no solace to the captain of the Spanish galleon Nuestra Señora de las Maravillas. Leading a fleet of 22 ships that had departed Havana 3 days earlier, the galleon was brimming with gold, silver, and riches extracted from South and Central American mines. Sensing the dangers of navigating such shallow and treacherous waters, the captain felt compelled to warn the other ships of the fleet. He fired one of the cannons, assuming the loud blast would be heard across the flotilla. However, the signal caused great confusion. Misinterpreting the warning shot as an indication of a pirate attack, a common threat in the region, the crews of the other galleons panicked. They executed desperate evasive maneuvers and fired aimlessly at an imaginary enemy. Amid the chaos, one ship collided with the Maravillas, causing it to take on water rapidly. Realizing that his vessel was mortally wounded, the captain, ironically the one who had caused the commotion, ordered the galleon toward the very shallow waters he had feared. The intent was to ensure the ship sank in a location where its vast treasures could be more easily recovered later. As the flagship of the fleet, the Maravillas carried a crew of 650 men and the largest cargo of gold in the squadron. Tragically, it became the sole victim of the frenzy it had sparked. Battling waves from the approaching storm, the Maravillas capsized, broke into 2 parts, and sank. The bow plunged quickly, taking many lives with it. The stern, containing most of the treasure, was carried far away by the wind before vanishing beneath the ocean. Its final resting place remains a mystery, fueling an enduring enigma. Where is the stern of the Maravillas? By dawn, only 45 of the 650 crew members had survived and were rescued by another ship in the fleet. A buoy was left at the site to facilitate future recovery of the valuable cargo, an effort that spanned the next 40 years. Despite these efforts, the Spanish managed to recover only a quarter of the riches, as the stern, where treasures such as a solid gold statue of the Virgin Mary holding the Christ child restored, was never officially found. 3 centuries passed until, in the early 1970s, a fishing boat's net snagged on something deep in the same Bahamian shoals. Divers discovered an old cannon entangled in the net. Intrigued, they investigated further and uncovered remnants of a sunken ship buried in the sand, rusted iron parts, ancient bottles, and decayed wood. It was the bow of the Maravillas, whose location had also been lost to history. Treasure hunter Robert Marks was assigned to explore the site, but disagreements with the Bahamian government over ownership of the findings curtailed his work. Among the artifacts were stunning emerald earrings left behind or missed by the Spanish during their earlier recoveries. Another specialist later used sonar to retrieve additional items and coins from the bow, but the stern remained elusive. One theory suggests that the stern disintegrated during the storm, scattering its wealth over a vast area, making it nearly impossible to locate. Centuries of sand and sediment likely buried the remains. Officially, no trace of the stern has ever been found. However, whispers of its discovery linger. In the early 1990s, fishermen found a modern wreck near the Maravillas bow. Inside, there were artifacts from the galleon, suggesting unauthorized scavengers had been looting the wreck. Some speculate that these items could have come from the stern, hinting that parts of the treasure may have been secretly recovered. Yet, considering the sheer volume of riches aboard the Maravillas, it's unlikely everything has been found. Spanish records from the time estimate the galleon carried Colombian emeralds exceeding 100 carats, abundant silver, and 30 to 40 tons of gold, including contraband. Its total value, adjusted for today, would be around 4 billion Brazilian reais. The majority of this treasure likely remains submerged, its location unknown. Efforts to find the stern are hindered by restrictions. For over 20 years, the Bahamian government has denied permits for further exploration due to disputes from earlier expeditions. As a result, the richest shipwreck in the region's history likely remains hidden in the Bahamas shoals, awaiting a fortunate soul to uncover its secrets.